Minecraft is the most pirated game in the world. With cracked Minecraft servers boasting player counts in the thousands or even higher in non-English speaking countries, there exist tens of millions of players around the world who use cracked Minecraft on a daily basis. So you can imagine, with such a massive demand of players unable to afford or gain access to the game, the cracked Minecraft scene would be rather lucrative. Yet for the past few years, it has been dominated by one single game launcher, T-Launcher. And what many of T-Launcher's players don't know is that the launcher has an extremely shady history. You see, the original T-Launcher was practically stolen by a shady multi-million-dollar Russian company who infested the client with spyware, prevented users from visiting other Minecraft-related websites besides their own, amongst registering an offshore business in Russia and DMCAing and threatening legal action at anything which stands in its way. The entire story of T-Launcher is almost unknown outside of Russia, and today we're going to dive headfirst into it. But what is T-Launcher and how did it come to be? T-Launcher originally was released back in October 2013 on the Russian equivalent of the Bukkit forums, RuBukkit. The original post has been removed from the forums, and even more interestingly, the URL to that post has also been excluded from the Wayback Machine, meaning we can no longer access it. The launcher was created by Artur, also known by his alias Turika, initially to promote his server which he ran with friends at the time. In an interview on popular Russian social media VK in 2017, Artur said he took inspiration from the classic Anjo Kaido cracked launcher, which was the very same launcher me and millions around the world began playing Minecraft on and was extremely popular throughout 2011 to 2015. Only a month after T-Launcher's creation, representatives of another website called ru-minecraft.org approached Artur with a special request. ru-minecraft.org, now ru-m.org, is like the Russian equivalent of Planet Minecraft. Here you can download mods, texture packs, skins, but most importantly, cracked Minecraft versions and launchers. The website was, and still is, extremely popular amongst Russian Minecraft players. The representatives of ru-m asked Artur to create a special version of the launcher for them, which he agreed to do so, as his basically unknown client at the time didn't have many users. Considering how popular the ru-m.org website was, this was a massive opportunity for him to get his name, client, and Minecraft server out there, and it would be thanks to this website that T-Launcher would eventually become a globally known name. I got in contact with Artur, and he told me that they offered to pay all domain hosting fees and website expenses, and also paid him about $150 for his work, which understandably to any at the time 15-year-old is a hard offer to turn down. However, they never discussed who owned the code, as well it's a pirated launcher at the end of the day. ru-m.org was not exactly the most authentic website, and even as early as 2013, they had quite the history. Much of the content on their site, including mods and texture packs, was not their own and was either stolen or re-uploaded. The website actually stole its original name and branding from another popular website at the time, created 2 years prior, called ru-minecraft.ru. This site was basically identical in terms of the content it provided. The idea behind copying the site and making the name so similar was to trick users into thinking that ru-minecraft.org was actually ru-minecraft.ru, allowing them to not only control the content being distributed, but also to make money from ads. And if that wasn't enough, they would even get most of their site traffic from a special pirated version of Minecraft they distributed, which had features in the client that would alter specific Windows registry files to redirect users to the ru-minecraft.org website whenever they tried to access any site Minecraft related. And whenever a user opened their internet browser, the ru-minecraft.org website would automatically open as well. They got away with this by saying these features were optional upon installing the client, which if you take a look at this translated image of the installer wizard, only asks if the users would like to include their favorites function with their installation. It seems very harmless at first glance, but upon looking in the launcher's info files surrounding this opt-in function, you can see that they conveniently left out the parts about editing browser shortcuts, adding files to your computer, and editing the Windows registry. Very scummy to say the least. A post on a Russian blog in 2013 would expose the malicious client's behavior, and here you can see the list of websites which the client would redirect away from to the ru-minecraft.org website instead. As a result of their scummy behavior, the website would have sanctions applied to them by Russian ISPs, Yandex in particular. This is why the website had its address changed to ru-m.org. And even though the website URL changed, the IP did not, meaning their scummy methods of redirecting users to their site still worked. Regardless, Artur would still work with RU-M, developing another version of the T-Launcher client with them, while also maintaining his own up until 2015, mentioning he stopped working with them as he wanted to focus on his own launcher and disliked the shady practices they were partaking in. As you can see from a screenshot of the client, not long after Artur left and RU-M took over entirely, it had a massive advertisement at the top and various links to their website, all very in line with their shady and money-focused reputation. But this would just be the beginning of the shady practices they would begin to commit. Shady just like all of you who still aren't subscribed to me. The subscribe button won't install spyware on your computer, I promise, so help me get to 500k subs and smack it. No pressure. In the middle of 2015, a domain named tlauncher.org was suddenly registered. It seemed after parting ways with Artur, RU-M decided to promote their launcher separately instead of on their website. Artur also told me that around this time, RU-M realized the potential to make money from server partnerships and ads, which may have motivated this change, but we'll get to that later. Following in May 2016, T-Launcher Incorporated would apply for official registration of a computer program, stating their program is designed to launch various versions of the game after logging in through an account from an official website. What does this SC mean in the brackets of their name, you may be asking? Well, that's T-Launcher Inc.'s supposed location, Seychelles, a country with a population of 99,000 in East Africa, famously known as a tax-free haven. This application was then accepted in September of 2016, and to this day, T-Launcher Inc. is still officially registered as a Russian program with a trademark located offshore in the African country of Seychelles, which helps hide the details and locations of the actual owners. Now having an official certificate of their program, T-Launcher Inc. would begin sending DMCA complaints and takedowns to any website or page that had links or downloads to T-Launcher. Not only that, but they began targeting the original T-Launcher, which Artur had continued, forcing him to rename it to T-Launcher Legacy. You can see on the official T-Launcher Legacy site, the word T-Launcher is actually nowhere to be found and is instead abbreviated as TL. As a result of T-Launcher Inc.'s efforts, the original launcher became hidden from the Google search engine, with many users not even realizing that it was no longer the original. They went hard. These guys were ruthless. Not only did they target the original T-Launcher, but they would target any website which even mentioned the words T-Launcher in them. In early 2017, T-Launcher Inc. would apply for a trademark, which was approved later that year. Now, being officially registered as a software and obtaining a trademark, T-Launcher Legacy and any other website with just the word T-Launcher in them had to change their name and URL entirely, as they could now actually be threatened with legal action. Another cracked launcher from an entirely different game, Terraria, known as the Terraria Launcher, who weren't even related to Minecraft or T-Launcher, was targeted and blocked as they supposedly made insulting comments towards T-Launcher Inc. ru-minecraft.ru, the original site which was copied, were even forced to remove multiple articles talking about the original T-Launcher. The first T-Launcher thread on Russian Bucket was forcibly removed as well, and this is likely why we can't access any internet archives of these older threads, because T-Launcher Inc. has removed them. It's insane to think about. A malicious company hosting a copied website that utilized shady tactics to gain prominence was able to not only register their unoriginal software, which keep in mind is a literal pirated version of Minecraft, but also file for a trademark and have the power to take down or forcibly remove anything related to their program on the internet. So, here we are in December of 2022, and the T-Launcher Inc. website still exists, and they even have an English version now as well. With T-Launcher's popularity spreading significantly to the English-speaking countries, they have grown rapidly. They've of course monetized the launcher by selling what's known as T-Launcher Premium. T-Launcher Premium is either a monthly subscription or a lifetime purchase and allows you to install HD skins, gives you access to their capes known as cloaks, removes ads, increases download speeds, and gives users priority support. Turns out their HD skins and capes are just a mod they automatically install in your mods folder, of which the user doesn't even get consent to installing, their increase in download speeds is almost certainly a lie, and their priority support is next to non-existent. What makes T-Launcher so alluring and so popular as a cracked client is also its ability to easily install mods within the client, ensuring you get the maximum emotions from Minecraft. They promise a perfectly clean version of Minecraft where you can even use accounts you paid for, although I wouldn't trust their claim that the requests are sent directly to the developer's servers in an encrypted form. T-Launcher Inc. have expanded outside of just their cracked client as well. They also run a website called T-Monitoring, which seems to be like a Russian server list and vote website, and you can of course pay to be featured on the top of their site. Prior server owners who have paid for promotion recommended not using the site, mentioning they paid for the top spot for 2 weeks, and the average players online their server was only 2 throughout that period. The original poster who exposed T-Launcher calculated that based on the number of servers paying, that T-Launcher is making roughly $2.1 million a year from this site alone. Their client also has a server blacklist where certain Minecraft servers, often other non-English servers with their own launchers, are removed from the multiplayer list entirely, and even if a player adds a blacklisted server to their server list, it gets deleted upon restarting the game. I need to remind you, this is no Mojang controlled blacklist. This blacklist is entirely controlled by T-Launcher Inc. One server which was blacklisted mentioned that they originally began as a partnered server, where the server was automatically added to the T-Launcher server list as long as T-Launcher Inc. got a cut of their profits. This is also something they offer, often charging fees of up to 65,000 rubles or $1,000 as well as a cut of the server's revenue for such a partnership. The server who just got partnered and paid T-Launcher handsomely gained 1,000 players overnight. The next day, T-Launcher removed the server from the partnered server list, mentioning they didn't like the current share and wanted additional money. The server owner disagreed, so T-Launcher began blacklisting the server's IP, and even when the owner changed the IP multiple times, they continued to blacklist every single new IP he got. This isn't uncommon. I spoke with staff members of the Russian T-Launcher Legacy Discord who told me that if a server begins gaining a lot of players or making a lot of money, T-Launcher Inc. will ask them for more money or a larger cut, and upon declining, they will blacklist your server from their client as well as potentially DDoS it. Here's a screenshot of some DMs admins of T-Launcher Legacy received from a server owner whose server was being DDoSed by clients using T-Launcher. The server owner, of course, mistook T-Launcher Legacy for T-Launcher, but regardless, you can see the server owner mentioned having to block over 5,000 users to prevent them from going down. You see, the T-Launcher client has been exposed by users on Reddit for having very unusual code that no Minecraft launcher should have. Here's a snippet of code where T-Launcher checks if a Windows update is installed, and here's one where I believe it interacts with the antivirus in some way. Another Reddit post seems to indicate that certain files uninstall to avoid antivirus detection and then reinstall after, which may be what this code is related to. Why would any legitimate Minecraft launcher need to do this? There's more code which seems to mess with the computer's network configuration as well. I'll leave links to the Reddit post below so you can read up yourself. Regardless, these are all functions a Minecraft launcher certainly does not need. Furthermore, the location at which the Minecraft version jar files as well as mod files are downloaded from when using the launcher are not official or from reputable sites like CurseForge, but rather seemingly from T-Launcher Inc.'s own private servers. This is also extremely suspicious as considering their shady history, who knows what they could be doing with such files. They even have a T-Launcher Pocket Edition version, which actually was on the Play Store at one stage but is now removed, although you can still download the original APK from their website. Clearly, T-Launcher Inc. is trying to dominate the Minecraft sphere in Russia, strong-arming anyone who tries to get in their way, while simultaneously installing shady software on their unknowing users' computers. So, you may be thinking, what ever happened to the original T-Launcher and its creator, Artur? Well, the project was continued and after many name changes is now known as TL Legacy, forced to change name due to threats from T-Launcher Inc. They have their own website, which of course they can't put the word T-Launcher in its URL, and have active Russian and English discords. Be careful if you do decide to download T-Launcher Legacy though, as T-Launcher Inc. has made many fake T-Launcher Legacy websites in an attempt to phish unknowing users in the past. The T-Launcher Legacy team and staff were also super kind and helpful in answering my questions and are reputable on many subreddits related to the 7 Seas. While T-Launcher may be omnipresent in the Minecraft crack community, it is likely only a matter of time before Microsoft come knocking at their door to shut them down, similar to what they have done in other countries with prominent crack launchers like Taiwan. Massive shout out to Misha Gold for providing me with links and info to many of the Russian websites, V972 on Discord for putting me in contact with the T-Launcher Legacy team, this Russian article by FromGate which was super valuable, and of course Artur and the staff of T-Launcher Legacy for answering my questions. I hope you guys enjoyed, be sure to subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching.